Hi, this is Professor Esther Dillard, and this is another tutorial. This one on how to create an Adobe Spark page.
The first thing you want to do is download the Adobe Spark Page app from the from the Apple Store in the Apps icon. After you've done that, which I've done that already, you're going to want to go to the actual app, and that is the app. The third one to the right is the app that you want to select. Now there is Adobe Spark Video, Adobe Spark Post. Those are great apps as well, but for this tutorial we're going to stick with the Adobe Spark Page. Select that. Now you want to log in and sign up for free. I suggest you sign up for free with your own individual email address. That way, just in case you decide to get off of Facebook, or if you have a Google account and you have your own Google email, then go through Google. Either way, just make sure that whatever email that you do choose is the one you want to connect it to forever. Sign it up for free. I have an Adobe ID, and I'm going to sign in with my Adobe ID. When you sign up for free, you're going to put your name in, first and last, your email address, your password, as well as the month and day and year of your birth. And after that, then you have an account for Adobe. It is, again, absolutely free. I'm going to sign in, and then I'll come back. All right. Now that you've logged in, you are at the page which says Inspiration on the bottom. You see the inspiration to the far left on the bottom. These are pages that people have created that you can look through and get some ideas for your own Adobe Spark page. Once you've done that and you create one, you're going to create something that goes into a library, and that's in the right icon on the bottom, and that's called My Pages. Once you created one, it will create, like I said, your project. It will be online in the cloud, but it's also a copy on your actual iPad. So now that you know that, let's get started. I'm going to take and show you what we're going to be creating so you get an idea what we're going to create. This is a project that I'm giving to the news gathering class. Their assignment is to create a story that is localized from a national, international, or statewide story and make it localized so that it fits the college community. So I'm going to tap on that. I have a title over a nice pretty picture of marijuana. I have some text. I have a pulled quote. I have a photo of Governor Murphy, which is the newly elected governor for New Jersey. I have a story pitch, which is an explanation of what the story is about and what I'd like to do with it. I have a picture of of Governor Murphy's communications director, who he's just appointed, and a little blurb of information what I'd like to do in terms of calling him and setting up an interview with Governor Murphy or himself. State Senate President Stephen Sweeney is also another contact I put on my proposal, and I put his face as well as his title underneath his picture, and also a generic photo of students that I put on the page, as well as a short blurb of information so you can kind of know what I'd like to do with talking to students and how what kind of things I would like to address. And then I have some text which talks about questions that I would put up, just giving students an idea what I'm looking for as far as the format for their particular proposal. And then underneath that is something called a glide show. And a glide show is like a slideshow, but it has items that you can select and put inside the glide show that glide over it, over the top of it. So it's sort of like Ken Burns effect with gliding or floating pieces of information that are over it. And this pieces of information does not just have to be text. It can be text, it can be audio, it can be pictures, it can be video. You can put a lot of different things in it, and I'll show you how to put together a short glide show. And then I have some text at the end, and that's basically what we're going to create. I'm going to do a little bit of modification so I can show you that you can put in YouTube videos, and you can put in various different things like buttons that connect to different types of media. All right, so let's get started. I'm going back to the main page. I went up to the upper left corner and I hit My Pages, and that will give me back my main screen. So let me just show you that real quick. It's up in the left hand corner, My Pages, select it, and then you have that main screen. In the middle, press the plus button. This allows you to add your title or your subtitle or a photo. Let's start out with a photo. If you select photo, you can select find free images. That's to the far upper right. And that can allow you to look online and find any image that you want. I suggest you find a royalty-free photo, so just in case someone might want credit for their photo that they've created. You've got Adobe stock photos, which are royalty-free. You've got on my iPad, that's any photo that I've taken myself or anything that I've pulled off the internet. Also, Dropbox and Google Photos is also available if you have those connected to your, have an account on your iPad and connected to your iPad. So I have something on my iPad. I'm going to select that. I'm going to go to all photos, and I have a picture of some marijuana. Now it says add title. Now I can tap on the middle of it. It says add a title, and I'll tap on the middle of it. And I'm going to change that, and I'm going to put marijuana proposal. Underneath it, New Jersey could soon have legal pot. Once you're done with that, then you can start adding items. Now you can add either text, you can add a photo, you can add a button, you can add video, you can add a photo grid, which is kind of like a small photo array that's in it can be 3 to 5 photos or more that can be added on the screen, as well as a slideshow, and we'll talk about the slideshow very soon. We can put text, as I said before. You can type in some text. I'm just going to give you just some nonsensical text. The text can be flush right, center, or to the flush left, and we can leave that in the middle. You can make your text bold. You can make your text bold and italic. You can make the text just italic, or you can just keep it plain. You can also select H1, which is making it a large title. You can select H2, which is making it a smaller title, and or you can select quotation, and you can make a quote which will make it look a lot better. This is a quote from, let's say, put that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now that you've done your quotation, you can hit the plus button and you can add more information. You could put a photo. Let's put a photo of the newly elected Governor Phil Murphy. I'm going to select that. Now, here's where I wanted to show you kind of how you can play around with the photos. Photos can be inline, which is what it is right now, and you can put a simple caption underneath and type in something where it says add a caption. Or you can take that photo and you can put it to fill screen. Now, if you have it fill the screen, that's what it's going to look like, and you will kind of scroll over it when you do your presentation. But also within that full screen, there is a small little kind of a bit muted caption plus button. If you type in that, you can put text. All right. So if that's what you want, you could do that. Or if you want to change it to, instead of just full screen photo, you can go to a window. Now windows allow you to also put in a let's see, we'll erase this, and it's going to give you caption, and you can put in a caption as well, any text in that little tiny space. And if you put in full width, it's going to just give you a full width photo. There is no caption other than the caption underneath. And outside of that, and then it gives you the option of replace, move up, or change the order of the photos, or if you don't want it, you can totally delete it. So you can also put in a video. I'm going to grab a video link that I saved over here. So there's your video. You can add in, and if you want to put in a photo grid, you can select at least 3 photos. and it will show you a photo array of different things. You can put quite a few different ones all together, and it will arrange it in different ways that look really good on the screen. And then you hit done in the upper right corner of the screen, and that will include some photos. I'm going to give you the button really quickly. There's a New Jersey state bill. And you can put in a glide show. I'm going to show you briefly how to put together a glide show. Now your glide show is pretty simple. You can add photos that say that you wanted to use for your glide show. You kind of have to arrange in your head how you want it to look. And then it will give you just all those photos in a row. And then you hit done in the upper right hand corner. You can put floating above the glide show, you can put text, you can put photos, you can put buttons, you can put video, and that all can be in one of the squares that floats above. So let's say if I wanted the same video that I had from before with YouTube, and to paste the lineup in from YouTube. Again, it has to be a YouTube, Vimeo, or Spark video. Press done, and there's the video. If I want to add text underneath it to explain what this is all about, you could add that. If I wanted to add another photo, or perhaps another button that goes to legislation that the governor has put together, I can put that, and that will all float above the one photo that I have here, and then I can add more. I can put pieces of information, again, another button, video, text, or photos. And that is really how a glide show works. It's really simple to put together. You just have to put thought into your project before you start putting it together, or you're going to get a little overwhelmed. And that does it for me for this tutorial on the Adobe Spark page. Hope you liked it. If you do, please like my video at the bottom, and also subscribe, because I will be doing more tutorials on my channel in the future. See you soon.